Hello and welcome to our second part of our vlog from Santorini. After spending awesome time at the local vineyard, we are moving on and we go to the local Orthodox church, Panagia Episkopi. So far we have visited few very nice places, including Lighthouse, prehistoric Akrotiri, Red Beach and much more. Check out the first part of our vlog for more information. The oldest Byzantine church in the island of Santorini, the Panagia Episkopi, is a special place for many Greeks. Continuously since the 12th century, it has been a place of religious worship, an extremely important place for the faithful who come here. The church and its icons survived many invasions by Venetians, Russians, Turks and fire and earthquake. The faithful are convinced that it is the blessed Virgin Mary, Panagia, to whom the church is dedicated, who takes the care of it. After church, we go to the next small town on our list, Pyrgos Kallistis. We park our scooter in one of the parking lots located at the foot of the town. We will have to climb a bit through the narrow streets of Pyrgos. Along the way, we notice signs directing travelers to Franco's Cafe, located at the very top of the hill. We are thirsty and tired, so we decide to go to the mentioned cafe. As it turns out, this is another hit. The location is stunning. The views will once again make your jaw drop. We highly recommend Franco's Cafe. After a pleasant all-day escapade around the various attractions of the island, we return to our area in Kamari, where we go to the well-known promenade along the coast, where once again test local delicacies. I'm not sure how to introduce you to tzatziki because all of them they look exactly the same. But one thing here, this is like perfectly balanced tzatziki, is because it's got the garlic kick at the end of the flavor, and that's basically what you want. You want it to be spicy with the garlic, and that's what it is here, which is perfect. So the balance is everything. Tomato keftidis, which basically is a combination of the tomato and zucchini. Another delicious thing. I like it, Jenny not so much. Wow. It definitely goes along with tzatziki. This is my friend's chicken souvlaki, and also this is kleftiko. What is in the paper? As a juice. That's a proper lamb. This is a very interesting experiment for me, an experience, because normally I don't like kleftiko because it tastes too lammy. However, this one is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Before we know it, the dusk falls and we end up in a local bar with a live music, where the local guitarist does not disappoint the audience. Another successful day in Santorini is behind us. Χρόνια και χρόνια τώρα τριγυρνώ σαν πουλί περιπλάνω. The next day we wake up in the morning and after a pleasant light breakfast, we jump on our scooter Piaggio and go whenever our eyes can take us. This time Fira appears on our list, the second largest city in Santorini. As it was easy to predict, Fira is much less crowded place compared to Ia. Of course, this is not very reliable comparison because we are here in the morning, and as we know, crowds of tourists gather just before sunset, i.e. around 7:30 p.m. during the holiday season. Fira does not disappoint. It takes us a few minutes to get from the parking lot to the top of the hill on which the city is located. The view is astonishing. From the very top, tourists can admire a panoramic view of Santorini. From this perspective, you can clearly see that the island was once the top of a volcano. From here, you can see slowly moving cruisers, bringing crowds of tourists, as well as small boats and catamarans that offers tourists short rides to the surrounding small islands. All this is decorated with the colors of white and Greek blue. After a short walk, we stop at one of the local restaurants, of which there are plenty here, and as always, we order local delicacies. Vulcan, this is the name of the restaurant. Despite the fact that almost every restaurant has a stunning location with an amazing view, ours leaves us stunned. The balcony we are sitting on offers a panoramic view of the entire island. It seems that we should get used to the view surrounding us after 2 days spent in Santorini, but the view again dazzles us. We order the Greek coffee and look around in silence and contemplation. We observe ships entering the bay and the tourists slowly moving around. It's nice and pleasant. We take a dozen of photos. No matter where we're pointing our lens, there is something interesting to see and remember. We like Fira more than Ia. After taking a few more steps, we sit down again to cool down with the local Greek dessert. We are not hungry, it's rather greed and a desire to enjoy again one of the local pubs and admire the surrounding views one more time. Overall atmosphere here and a slightly less commercial approach make us decide to visit this place the next day to admire the sunset from the top of one of the local restaurants. One of the most famous attractions of the island is the volcano of Santorini, one of the biggest active underwater volcanoes in the world. Its biggest eruption occurred over 3,500 years ago, causing a tsunami so powerful that it obliterated the Minoan civilization of Crete. This eruption also caused a large part of the island to sink, thus giving the shape of Santorini as it is today, as well as the island of Tyrazia and Aspronisi, which are located around the caldera. To get to the old port from which the ship departs, we need to buy a ticket for a gondola that takes us down a steep cliff. You can also go down on foot, but we advise you prepare very well, because the walk escapade may take about half an hour in a hot Santorini sun. It's really hot on the board of the ship as well. After about 30 minutes of waiting, the ship finally moves and heads towards the volcanic island. The warm wind blows across our faces. It's a little cooler but still very hot.
Μην προσπαθείς να μου πεις πως με ξέχασες. Μέτρα μονάχα εκείνα που έχασες. Μέτρα τα βράδια που λείπεις και δεν είσαι εδώ.
After a short cruise, we reach the shore. Our guide informed us that now we have 30 minutes walk to the volcanic peak. It is also worth remembering that after disembarking, you have to pay €5 fee per person to enter to the volcano. Despite the relatively short distance, the walk turns out to be quite demanding due to the lack of shade and the omnipresent heat. However, we're not complaining because the views are worth the effort.
Είναι σωστό. Εγωισμός μη μου λες τι σημαίνει. Εμείς οι δυο καταντήσαμε ξένοι. Είναι σωστό. Είναι σωστό. Είναι σωστό. Πες μου να ξέρω που δεν σε ξέχασα και υποφέρω. Είναι σωστό. Είναι σωστό. Εγωισμός μη μου λες τι σημαίνει. Εμείς οι δυο καταντήσαμε ξένοι. Είναι σωστό. Είναι σωστό.
The second stop after the volcano is a visit to the hot springs on the same island. I'm not sure about the hot springs as they were not that noticeable, but the swim in the pleasant cooling water was definitely refreshing.
πες μου να ξέρω που δεν σε ξέχασα και υποφέρω. Είναι σωστό, είναι σωστό. Εγωισμός μη μου λες τι σημαίνει, εμείς οι δυο καταντήσαμε.
After returning to the port, we buy a gondola ticket again, this time to get up the cliff.
Είναι σωστό.
Before we know, evening comes and we are once again walking through the narrow streets of Fira. We once again enjoy the beauty of the surrounding views, decorated with the golden rays of the lazy setting sun. To our surprise, there are much fewer people. It's around 6 p.m. and the main promenade of Fira is empty. It looks like a ghost town. What is even more surprising is the fact that today is Sunday. We expected crowds of people jostling, but instead we feel as if the whole town was just for us.
Μη ξεγελιέσαι, για σένα δεν νοιάζομαι.
We take more photos, more videos, and as always, stuff ourselves with amazing traditional Greek dishes. It's truly an amazing experience. Finally, we go to another restaurant located at the top of one of the buildings. We hope to see a perfect sunset from there. We order local dishes. This is typical Greek restaurant. We order tzatziki and Greek salad as a starter, and then kleftiko and souvlaki. This is definitely one of the best meals we had in Santorini. True original Greek flavor and beautifully served dishes give this evening a particularly pleasant character. The view from the balcony is breathtaking. This is exactly what we are looking for in Santorini. The blood-red sun slowly sinking into the sea illuminates the western coast of the island, highlighting the blue and white colors of the Fira's buildings. Okay, travelers, if you like our vlog, if you think it was useful, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will do our best to provide you with more useful information from our next trip. See you around!